Happy Sunday. This is my 5th attempt at this, so please excuse me if I'm a little scatty because I don't know what I've said already. Okay. Welcome. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. If you're a previous and long suffering viewer, welcome back. You know what to expect. This is the video that I promised in January, where I'm going to just talk about and show you all the things that I made in 2023. I haven't got all of the things that I made in 2023, so you'll see what I have. Richard Socks are squirreled away in his place of sock worship. Oh dear. And a lot have been gifted, so I do have a small pile. It's not massive, so I won't be here all day. Okay, so we'll start with Stephen West, shall we? Now I believe that I started this one in 2022, but I actually did finish it at the beginning of 23. I believe. Please excuse me if I've got that wrong, but here it is. This is called Smock It. And which way around does it go? That way. It's quite a big shawl, as you would expect from Stephen West. And I did it, do you know, I can't even, I think they were Ducky Darlings. I think they were all Ducky Darlings colourways, but it's been that long that I can't remember them. So if you're watching Hayley, you'll know what they are. Okay, I think that was Buttermilk. I think that one's called Buttermilk. It's so soft, but it's really drapey, beautiful to knit. I do have the pattern up on my Ravelry. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to play. There we go. So that is the pattern Stephen West. It has just got an update, I believe. There we go. That's a better picture. There we go. So that is the Smock It. Don't wear it very much because I'm not a big shawl fan. That's why I don't knit many of them. I love these little, what do you call them? I don't know what you'd call them, but they're great. So that's that one. Loved the knit. It's still really drapey, really soft. Another shawl that I knit in 2024 was, hang on now, where are we? This is quite an old one for me. This is a, oh, what was her name? Oh, I don't even have it on Ravelry. Is it in here? It was an Expression Fibre Arts pattern anyway. Is it with these? I've got a few of her patterns, but it was a free pattern. I've squirreled the pattern away somewhere. I've made that cardigan as well. That was one of my first knits. And I just made it in an acrylic wool probably 3 years ago. And it's still, because it was acrylic, it's still really lovely. No, I haven't got the pattern in here. I can't remember what it was called. I will put it on the screen at the bottom when I find the pattern out. No, those are my new ones to cast on. But anyway, this is it. It's just a small shawl, and I wear this quite often because it's so small. It's just big enough to wrap around. I can wear it for work, I can wear it shopping, but I love that bit. But anyway, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. Yeah, that was a really quick knit as well, and this was done in, I think it was a Lay Family yarn, Jeff, is it called Jeff? And my own hand dyed Bambi on, so that's Bambi and that is Jeff. Beautiful yarn, very drapey again, gorgeous. My next one, now these are in no particular order. I still have this one, do I? Because if I write too much over them, I end up throwing them away. So I haven't got that one, but we can find it. And where are you? Oh, there it is. It's called Easy V. And it's by Caitlin Hunter. There we go. What a gorgeous pattern that was to knit. It was absolutely beautiful. I think I started it before Christmas 22, I think. Yeah, I think I did. And I finished it in time for the winter. So I think it was about June, July, I believe. But the colours, it's my own hand-dyed yarn. I wanted it as close to these colours as possible. I mean, these are quite vibrant. But the yarn I used was a non-superwash merino. 100% one superwash merino, non-superwash merino in DK, and it's absolutely beautiful. I dyed all the colours for it myself, and it gets a lot of wear. Pilling, there's hardly any. It hasn't pilled. I mean, there's a little bit under the arm. But I wear this to death. I mean, this has had a lot of love over this winter because it's been so cold in the UK. But yeah, that's not part of the pattern. That's just because it's folded in half in the drawer. But yeah, it's had a lot of love. It's had a lot of wear, and I absolutely love it. I will knit this again, and I will again dye my own colours, but I want it kind of mauves next time, I think. I've got a yarn here that I'd like to use for some of the colour work as well. This one's a Lay Family yarn one, and it's a zebra sock yarn, and it's called Sweater Weather. So if you're wondering, this is my trug, and it just sits on my shelf next to the chair. So I can just like pick from it when I like. And I've just upset all the books. Oh dear. So that was the Easy V by Caitlin Hunter. Beautiful pattern, really easy knitting, really easy to follow. Gorgeous colour work. And that's probably one of the first colour work jumpers that I've done well. So yeah, loved every second of that one. My next was the, bear with me, get rid of that one and get rid of that. What were you called? The Thea top. And this one was by Paula M. Paula M. Paula Strict. I always had problems with this when I was showing it on the podcast because of the name. That's the pattern as is. Now you can see that there's ribbing on the Wher version. I didn't want ribbing on my version because I didn't want it to look like a tank top. So I did an I-cord bind off around the neck and around the arms, and then I did the normal 1x1 ribbing on the bottom. The yarn was Life in the Long Grass, was it? Can't remember. I wouldn't want to, but it is in a previous video. Again, that's not part of the pattern, it's just because it's been folded up in the drawer. But this was such a quick knit. Again, gets a lot of wear. It has pilled. It is a DK, and I think it was just called Silver Grey, something like that. But I did run out of wool because I started knitting something else in this yarn, and I started running out, and I bought another skein of it. But I think I used two skeins on this DK. So really quick, really easy knit. Lovely for the spring when it's too cool for a t-shirt, but not warm enough that you can't wear a woolly. So yes, love that one. And that was inspired by Carla from Sew Knit Create and Repeat. She knitted that. I think she knit the version that's on the screen. I think she did, and I loved hers. But knowing me, I thought, well, if I knit that, it's going to look like an old-fashioned tank top. So that's why I decided to just change it up a little with the I-cord bind off. Now I think I've still got the pattern to this one. She says. It'll be a no. Okay, it's a good job I got this out. I think this was called the Cumulus top. Yeah, the Cumulus T. And it's supposed to be a short sleeve version. I decided to put long sleeves on mine. It's got an I-cord bind off around the neck, the arms and the bottom. This gets so much wear because it's so drapey and beautiful. Again, I can't remember who's the yarn. I think it was a Lay Family Hot Chocolate. I think it was Lay Family's Hot Chocolate. I put long sleeves on there. I know I love it. I will be making that again. I don't usually make things more than a couple of times, but I really love it. And I really need a short sleeve version. So again, really quick knit, really easy pattern to follow. Petite knits patterns, I sometimes find that they're a little bit hard to navigate because just because Oh, what have I done? There we go. Just because the language thing, I think. But this one wasn't. This was very straightforward, really easy, really quick. Loved it. My next is, oops, the outline tee. Who was this by? Jessica May. Jessica Made, is it? Jessica Made Designs. Let me just. Oh no, we don't want to go that close. Oh, no, we've lost it. Okay. Sorry about that. Jessica Made Designs. This was so quick to knit. Oh my word. And I absolutely love it. The one thing that I wish I had done is make it a little bit longer, because you knit it from the bottom up. So you start at the ribbing. This is in the Ducky Darlings yarn, and I think it was the Yarndale. She does a yarn for Yarndale every year. I can't remember the name. Isn't it lovely? I wish I'd done it a little bit longer, just because it just comes to here, and I have to wear a t-shirt underneath it because nobody wants to show the belly, do they? Especially at my age. Nobody wants to see it either. But I love it. It looks fabulous. I think next time I will be knitting this again. It was such a quick knit, and I was inspired to knit this by Tanya. Can't remember that. She's got a podcast. I'll pop it here. But she did a version, and she did an oversized version. As you can see, it's a little bit short, but it'll look great with dresses. But I do wear it a lot with a t-shirt underneath it, so I'm happy. And it's got this drop stitch all the way down, and it worked out so great. I can't remember how I did it, but you start there when you start, and you have to undo the stitch at the end in all of those places, and that was so satisfying. It was like unpicking your knitting without it all unraveling completely. I loved it. So yeah, little things there. I will be knitting that again. Absolutely love it. My next one, this one was Baptism by Fire for the ribbed t-shirt. I actually started this in the beginning of 2022, I believe. My friend Ramona, she came over and we went to a local knitting shop to me, the Knitting Corner in Mere Green. Is it Mere Green? It's just past Mere Green, Sutton. And I chose this yarn there, and it was I haven't got it. Why isn't it there? Should be there. Oh, there you are. There you go. It's the Cecile top by Suzanne Muller. And it's got the U with the dots over the top here of the name. Let's open the pattern and there we go. So I actually started this at the beginning of 2022, as I said. Fetched the yarn. I bought the yarn from the Knitting Corner. It's pilled. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I remember saying at the time I loved it. It's a little snug now, and because it took me such a long time to knit it, because of the 10 by 10, you can see it's 10 by 10 rib. I can't remember what the wool was called offhand, but it will be in a previous video. And as you can see, the two skeins didn't match very well. I've got a distinct, I can see a distinct line there, the two different skeins, which I've never noticed before. Anyway, love the t-shirt. It was just such a long process because I did it in 2mm needles, 4-ply yarn. If I knit this again, I would definitely not knit it on 2mm needles. I would go up a needle size or 2. I'll probably do it on a 3. But I absolutely love the result. I'd like to knit it again. I'm just put off by the amount of time that it took me to knit it, but I do love it. And I love the yarn. It's so soft. I think it's got yak in there. It was, you'd have to look at a previous podcast to find what the yarn was called. But yeah, that's that one. The Cecile top by Suzanne Muller. Let me find this one. Everyone knows this one. Clear all of those away. No, let's see. Oh, let's do you again. Everyone knows this one. This is the Rocket Tea. Rocket Tea by Tanis Lavelli. Lavelli. And this is my version. Again, this one has a little line down the middle, not in the pattern, it's just from the drawer. I absolutely love this, and I will be knitting this again this year. The yarns were, oh, now then, I've still got some of that one. There we go. Cinnamon Plum Zakami yarn. That is the multicoloured one. So that stripe there. And the other one is a Life in the Long Grass, and I think it was called Earth Tones. It was part of their Earth Tones collection anyway. So soft, it's beautiful. Would I use this yarn again? I had 2 skeins, I still have one. It's very fluffy yarn, very splitty. I haven't found the right project to use this, but I think I may use this on my loom at some point, and yeah, do something with it there. think so. I still got half a ball and that full skein. So, well, a quarter of a ball and that full skein. But I love it. And I'll be knitting this again. I enjoyed every stitch of this. I really did. Didn't like so much the striping. I think if I knit it and I wanted different colours, I think I would do it in a self-striping yarn next time, because I don't like all the ends. But I love the open weave thing going on at the edge all the way down the seam and on the sleeves as well. It's got enough detail to keep you interested, but you just have to be careful when you get to the seams to do those yarn overs. Is it yarn overs? I think they were yarn overs, I can't remember. Loved it. Everybody and their mom has knit one of these, and their dad. I could bind off on mine. I think you can do a normal rib on there if you'd like, if you want to, or if it so takes your fancy. And my last but not least knit of 23, and I believe I've got this in here, so we don't have to go fishing on the internet for it. Oops, the daisy, come on. Is the Sabbath Top by Paula Strict. Two versions. I did the, oh, let me take that off so that I did the no ribbon version. Looks lovely in blue, doesn't it? In that blue. But there is also a second pattern that you get when you purchase the pattern that has the ribbon around the neck and the shoulders. Again, I was scared of it looking like a tank top, a 70s tank top. I've just got this thing about 70s tank tops. My mum actually made me a tank top in the 70s for school. We used to wear royal blue. We had to wear royal blue cardigans, and she made me this tank top and I hated it. And I think I was just too old for it. You know, when you kind of, you get into that stage in school. I think it was about the 4th year of secondary school. And I think I just got to that stage where I thought it was just not a good thing, not a good look. And there was new cardigans that were out at the time, and they had tight cuffs, and the cuff was really long. I don't know if anybody else remembers. And the ribbon on the bottom was about that long as well, and it was a V-neck. Oh, and I loved those cardigans, and that's what I wanted. And she made me this tank top, and I hated it. So I have got a phobia of tank tops or things looking like a tank top. But this, again, I loved every stitch. It was really quick to knit. Pattern is beautiful to follow, really easy. The only thing I do find is this bit in the middle tends to do that when I'm wearing it. Well, I don't know if the wool's stretched out a bit. It's a DK yarn. Have I got any of that left? I probably have somewhere, but I can't remember what it was called. But it's a what do you call it? It's a commercial yarn, and I got it from Wher. If I can find it, I'll pop it on the screen here. I do that so I know when I'm editing where I've got to put it, or that I've got to put something in. Again, I loved every stitch. It was absolutely a pleasure to knit. Really like it. And that, as they say, are all my 23 knits. That's it. No, they aren't. I've missed one completely. Bear with me. Don't know how I managed to miss this one, because this one I absolutely love. This is knit in my own hand-dyed yarn. And I can't find the pattern. Ah, no, that's not it. That's not it. Where is it? Where are you? Is it my favourites? Shouldn't be in my favourites because I have knitted. Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. Silly. Okay. It's the 24 birds shawl. By Curious Handmade. There we go. That's one version. I think that's her version. Oh, and I absolutely loved every single stitch on this. I did it in my own hand-dyed yarns. Now, I did do some kits for this. I can't remember all the names offhand, I'm really sorry. But if I can find them out, I will pop them on the screen. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go around the back of the chair to show this one, because it is huge. It's a pie shawl. It's been in the drawer, so it's a little bit, there we go. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And I had several colours that I chose that were going to be put into this, and it took me quite a long time to decide on my colour scheme. I kept putting them together in a line and looking at them, and as you do, you know the drill. She did a half pie version of this as well, but absolutely, there's not one piece of it that I like more than another. I love all of it. It was very, very hard to block because it's so big. I had to get another set of blocking mats to block it, and it still wasn't enough. I think the pigs could have done with pulling out a little bit more, but I absolutely adore it. What a beautiful pattern. So easy to knit, so easy to follow. Curious Handmade has got some beautiful patterns. I've got one in my library at the moment as well that I want to cast on this year at some point. And as I said, I'm not a big shawl fan, but they're so beautiful, so beautiful. Stephen West, I think a lot of these, for me, I think a lot of his shawls are an acquired taste. You either love them or you hate them. I did the smocky, loved it, loved every stitch. Would I knit it again? No, it just took me so long. But that Curious Handmade, 24 birds, it was on the needles, and I almost managed to keep up with the, because she did a knit along. What do they call it? An MCAL? Make along? Knit along? Anyway, I managed to keep up with it till about the 3rd week, and then I fell behind, and I think I was 2 weeks past the finish where everybody was showing theirs, and I didn't mind that at all. I don't mind spoilers because it just gives you a little sense of what you've got to come. So I thought that was very exciting, very, very quick to knit, loved every stitch. That's all I have to say about that. The next thing I want to talk about is the the Tarot Collection Club in my U-Tree Yarn Craft shop. It's going really well. Thank you to everybody who's bought and purchased your clubs this month, January, February and March. Much thanks to all of you. I hope you're enjoying your yarns. I've seen a few knit up already into socks and they look amazing. Love them. I love to see. I'll pop a picture here actually of one of my latest ones from one of my ladies, one of my customers. Anyway, this is the sock set for March and it's called Ace of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see that so well. The light's not brilliant today. So this is the full skein with a mini, a 25 gram mini, and this is the 50 gram skein with a 25 gram mini. Everybody who's ordered has had theirs now, so I'm sure you've all seen them. But yeah. Okay, so far we have the High Priestess, the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. So January, February and March. So those are all the colours so far this year for the Tarot collection. As I say, I hope you're all enjoying them, and they all do come in the full skein with a 25 gram mini. Now this one's not in, these aren't in the shop anymore. I do have a couple left, so if you do want them, message me down below or send me a message on my Etsy shop. I'll leave a link here to that. I have a couple of these left as well. I think I've left these in the shop though, so pop over to there. But if you can't see them there, again, send me a message, and these are still in the shop at the moment. Next week I'll be dyeing up April's, so if you're interested in any of those, send me a message. I've also bought some new fabrics for some bags. So this is Birds of Britain, British birds. I've been doing a thing on I did a thing on my loom. If you remember, if you've been here before, this light isn't great, is it? Shall we see if we can get some better light? No, that just blinded me. I can't turn it around anyway. Anywho, if you remember, what wool show was it? The Southern Wool Show. At the Southern Wool Show, I bought a loom, just a samplet loom, 16 inch I believe. I think it's a 16 inch anyway. And I had a little play when I first had it, and then it's just gone under the table there, and it's just been sitting there for months and months and months. So last week I decided to get it out, and I warped it up with some yarns that I'd got just in my stash. You know, the bits of balls that you get leftovers. So this is all my leftovers that I have warped, weaved, weft. There we go. I didn't follow any particular pattern. I just kept changing. And I warped with one colour and weaved with several different colours to get those effects. There we go. I need to get a yarn. No, not a yarn. Ignore that, please. I need to buy a fringe twister to twist my fringes, just to finish it off. And I enjoyed it so much. I found out a couple of balls of yarn, not in stash. Oh no, one was in stash, one was in the shop. So I stole one from the shop, and the other one I'd got in stash for myself for a long time, and I hadn't used it. And this is Daisy Jones and the Six, which is my weave, and the warp, which is the fringe all the way through, is my own hand dyed oh, what's it called? Blue Jeans Baby. And I'm absolutely loving it. This hasn't been washed and blocked, that one has. This hasn't been washed and blocked, and it hasn't had the fringes tied off. I've started there, look. I've started tying them off there. But I am absolutely loving every single minute. It's just straight forward weave, no pattern following. I've just weaved. But I absolutely love it. I'm really enjoying it. Would highly recommend, if you're interested in, or if you have been interested in getting into weaving, give it a go. It's very therapeutic. I've also took all of my bobbins off. Everything that was on my bobbins for spinning, I've taken off. Let me just grab those. Okay, so everything that I had on my bobbins from my spinning. If you've been here before, you'll know I had a e-spinner for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I've been spinning over the last couple of, well, 18 months or so. This is, anyway, this is one of my spins. This is just a single. I haven't plied that with anything because it was quite thick. It hasn't been washed, it hasn't been thwacked, it's still got to be finished off. So that is that. This is a fibre that I bought from Wool at J13, from a lovely lady that I met there, and this is Is this, did I spin this one with something else? No, this is, again, I've done this as a single, so that's got to be, as you can see, it's still a little, so that's got to be washed, thwacked and reskeined properly. But I'm ever so pleased with it. I'm loving the spinning, and I did say that I was going to do a video and an update on how I was getting on with the e-spinner. This is again a single that I've spun on there. This has got some sparkle in there. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but it's so soft. I'm not sure what all of the fibres are, because a lot of the fibres, again, I bought this one from Wool at J13 from the lovely Julie, and this one is one that I have plied with some of this one and some of the brown. I've got 2 bobbins, so you can see my bobbins were full, full to capacity. So I've got all of my bobbins free again now. So I've just got to, I'm going to get these washed and thwacked, and then get them knit up, see how they come out. I might end up weaving some of them. I may end up weaving all of them actually, but I'm loving the spinning. So yeah, I'm going to do a review of the e-spinner in the near future. I've got some more fibre that I've started yesterday on the e-spinner, so I'm really looking forward to finishing that off, and plying that together. I did forget to halve the fibre so that I could do 2 bobbins with it. I've just started plying it. I've just started weaving it, sorry. No, I haven't. I've just started spinning it. So what I'm going to have to do is take the bobbin off, weigh a bobbin, take that from that, and then, you know what I mean. So I know that I've got enough to do to ply it together to make a decent yarn. And yeah, I've got several fibres that I can spin at the moment. I shall be getting more. I want to buy some fibre and hand dye that myself as well, so look forward to that in the future. So yeah, it's all the fibre things. Bought some new fabrics, a couple of new fabrics to go in to bags into the shop. This one is called, what is it called? I can't remember, but this one will be made into bags shortly. They'll be going in the shop in the near future. It's all happening. In May, I will have some bags in needles, nibbles, needles and hooks. My bags are going to go into her shop for a month, and I'm ever so excited. And this one is herbs. So I'm really looking forward to getting those cut out and made up. There'll be some pouches as well in those. So yeah, looking forward to that. I also picked up a remnant from work. These are all from work. As you know, I work at the Hole in the Wall. And I do custom made, I work with custom made curtains and just on the shop floor. So I get to see so many fabrics, and the girls laugh at me because every time a new fabric comes in, I'm like, oh my God, I need that in my life. I'm sorry, but I do seem like that. I really do seem like that. I get too excited. But yeah, Birds of Britain, that is. So it's really unusual to see one with Birds of Britain, because usually they're exotic birds, aren't they, on fabrics. Anywho, that is all my fibre related content for this podcast. I'm going to go away. I'm going to clean up all the mess that I've made, and I'll be back. Oh, I did forget to show you this. This is the inspiration card for the March Tarot Collection Club, Ace of Pentacles. This light isn't brilliant. I hope this comes out okay. So yeah, I'll go away. I actually brought the scales in to weigh the yarn that I'd got left from my weave of the Daisy Jones and the Six and Blue Jeans Baby weave. I brought them in there to show you how much I've got left. I think it's about 39 grams of, I did weigh them before, so I've got 39 grams of this one left, which is Daisy Jones and the Six. I've still got some of this in the shop if anybody's interested. It's a different version to Daisy Jones and the Six. It's just called Just Daisy, and the difference is the colours are much closer together than these are, and they're a little bit more vibrant as well. So if you like vibrant, go and check them out. And I've got 25 grams of this one left, so 29 grams of that one left. So yes, these will be appearing in a pair of socks in the near future, I'm sure. They actually look really good together, don't they? Heels and toes in the blue. Anyway, I'll be back next week with a normal podcast, and I can show you all the knitting that I've done and not show you all the things that I've frogged, because there are a couple. Not made my mind up yet on the Stromboli, but I'm kind of 90% sure that I'm going to frog it and start again in the near future. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and a like. It really helps the channel. Hope you're all well. Hope you're enjoying all the projects that you're knitting on, sewing on, crocheting on, weaving, spinning, and all of the fibery things that you love. And that is it. I'm going to go, and I'll see you next week. Bye.